So if you live here in New York or if you've been here in the subway system, the rail passengers are constantly warned, if you see something, say something. Every one of us has to be on our toes. And one Texas sheriff says he is ready for ISIS. We're joined now by Sheriff Gary Painter of Midland County, Texas. Good evening, Sheriff.
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. I hope you're great as well. You have said that you want to be ready in case of an attack by ISIS or by any other terror group. What's your biggest concern?
Well, the fact that they're already here. That's the biggest thing. I worked the border for about 8 years. There's places on the border that you can walk across upriver from Presidio. There's no water in the river. There's no fences. There's nothing to keep you out. So, and we've got, what, 10 to 15 million that are undocumented aliens that are inside the United States now. And there's no doubt that there have been some people come in that should not be here, that are from places other than Mexico or Hispanic states.
You said that they're already here. Why do you believe they're already here? You believe ISIS is already here?
Well, I believe they have cells here. I believe they have people here. They have cohorts. They have people that are here that are going to throw in with them. I believe you have some homegrown people that are going to get mixed up in it. We've already seen them in Syria where they've been killed and identified as being from the United States. So I think it'd be naive to say that they're not here.
But your own Governor Rick Perry recently said that individuals from ISIS or other terrorist states could be coming across the Mexican border, but the Pentagon officials have told CNN there's no information that leads us to believe that ISIS is a quote, ISIS was crossing at the U.S.-Mexican border. So are you concerned at all that you might be scaring your own citizens because you're saying you believe that they're already here?
I think our citizens are aware that there is a strong possibility that these individuals are already here. Sure, there's not positive proof, but how many people knew there was 10 to 15 million undocumented aliens? How do you prove that? We have people that are in this United States on visas, student visas, work visas, that have never reported in. They've had no one to check them, no one that can identify that they're still here illegally until they get stopped by law enforcement or something by chance happens. So
but my question was, do you believe that you're scaring your citizens is what you don't
I don't think I'm scaring them. No, I think they're aware of the reality that there's probably some people here. There may be some people that get scared, and I'm sorry for that, but the reality is that we're looking at square in the face.
So Sheriff, you have a department there with 100 deputies. How does a department in Midland, Texas prepare for ISIS?
Well, we go through emergency management training twice a year. We have different scenarios that we go through. We get involved with other agencies, state, federal, and other local agencies, as well as agencies from the outside. We work with hospitals, emergency management groups, ambulances, air evacs, all kinds of people. And we get prepared for different kinds of scenarios. Law enforcement, you have to work with each other. There's no way that you can do your job without depending on the public and without depending on each other. So we always work and go hand in hand with trying to help each other out.
And we also understand that you received an intelligence briefing about ISIS. What specifically did it tell you?
Just that information came in about 3 or 4 days ago that there was a suspected cells of ISIS that was in Juarez, Mexico. That they were operating, they were moving through that country, and there was some activity going on. And it warned us to be on the lookout for it, to be expect something, and be careful with the law enforcement officers around the border and within close proximity to the border.
So quickly, what's your message to if there are ISIS fighters who may already be in the United States or in your area who've crossed across the border? What's your message to them?
Well, if they rear their ugly head, we'll send them to hell.
That puts
that
a
pretty much
fine
sums it up.
point on it, Sheriff.
Thank you, Sheriff Painter.
Thanks
Sheriff
so much.
Gary Painter.